is joining me today, so we're just going to kind of get set up here and wait for the notification that we are live to our viewers. So thanks again for joining us, and happy first day of spring! Yay!
That's exciting. I cannot wait.
I didn't realize today was the day.
I didn't either. I need to do something to celebrate. Like the winter, we're up in a cold area, and the winter has been terrible.
So my hair is just not doing what I want it to do right now. Okay.
Hey, no.
So we will know when we're live because you'll see viewers. Right now it says 0.
Oh, okay.
So we're not live yet.
Okay. I'm usually your first viewer, by the way.
Yeah. I never know. Sometimes it's my sister.
I'm usually like the first one on.
Okay. So our fans have been notified. Yay. Okay. Welcome to the Break for Moms. I'm Nicole, and this is my friend Jessica joining me today. And this is a show all about celebrating motherhood. So we're going to talk about the first day of spring. Today's March 20th. And today is also National Ravioli Day.
I'm Italian, you're Italian.
We're
both exciting for us.
Yes. So we'll share. Hi. We've got one viewer so far. So hello to whoever you are. Maybe it's my sister. I'm not sure.
It could be my sister.
Anyhow, I want to tell you a little bit about the show for those that are new to the show. The Break for Moms is every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can interact with us live in a variety of ways. If you are using the website and you're at the website, you're not on the mobile app, you can create a free account, and you can simply give us a thumbs up anytime you see something that you like, and you get 5 per day. So we can get 5 thumbs up per person as long as they have an account.
That's amazing.
So
we want 5 today from each person.
Now, if you have the Bidchat app, however, you can do a little bit more. Not only can you give thumbs up to let us know you like what you're seeing, but you can also private message me through the Bidchat system, and you can also call into the show, which is very, very exciting. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the program. So today, Jessica and I have our kids in the background. They're having a little play date. This is Lucy. You say hi. She's got a runny nose. I'm going to get her a tissue.
Okay.
And my 3-year-old is in the baby gate area. The baby is loose, and the 3-year-old is behind the gate. Go figure. That's kids for you.
The baby was trying to break out, and I saw it ending badly when I saw her looking at the light that we have set up here. And but we have a wonderful little babysitter here that's helping take care of the baby.
Giada, do you want to come and say hi? No, your food is over here, honey. And I've got another little one in a high chair eating macaroni and cheese. So all is good in the world of moms.
Yeah, this is what life is truly like.
Say hi. We didn't get to her hair today, but she's dressed, so we're good, right? Okay, oops, this way. There we go. Okay, so this is Giada. She's my 3-year-old. And she's wearing a Frozen sweatshirt because we're in Michigan and it's cold.
It is cold, but it's the first day of spring, which is amazing. And this is going to be Lucy's second spring. She just turned a year in January. So last year she was a little bit too young. She's very excited to be on TV. Yeah. Last year she was a little bit too young to actually get out and go to the zoo and do fun stuff. So I'm really excited this year that we're going to get to actually be able to explore, doing an Easter egg hunt and all kinds of really fun stuff. So
we're just letting her play in your backyard. Has she played in your backyard yet?
She has not played in the backyard yet. She couldn't walk. She just started walking. So this is new uncharted territory, and Nicole's an experienced mom. She's got 3 under her belt. This is my first one. And she definitely, I don't know how moms with multiple children, I give you so many props because I'm learning with one. It is a lot to balance, and it's really a learning curve. So it's definitely, oh, you do have a little running.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. So anyhow, we're going to talk today about, how life changes once you do have kids. And as it continues to change, they get older, maybe you start thinking about working, whether you are a mom that works outside the home or a mom that works inside the home like I do. It's figuring out that balance. And I know I've talked about this before on a previous show, but we want to talk about it again today. And maybe some people will call in and talk to us about how they balance work and raising kids and, as the seasons change, what you do, having the kids inside when it's cold versus outside when it's warmer.
Right.
There's just so much to think about and do, and it changes. It changes all the time. All right, I'm going to get her a tissue.
All right. And the other thing that I think is really great that we might touch on a little bit today is daycare. So I am actually a mom that I do work outside the home. And my daughter, Lucy, goes to daycare. She was full-time at 5 days a week, and now she's 3 days a week. And I know that when before I became a mom, I was really one of those people that just looked at daycare like it was this horrible thing and that I would never do that to my child. And then when I actually had children, not only did I have to continue to work full-time to help contribute to our household, but I also found that I really still enjoyed working. And I had that guilt of, I'm actually enjoying working while my child is, at daycare. So we'll talk a little bit about that too, because I know that I'm not the only mom that experiences that guilt of, being a working outside the home mom. But it's really fascinating. Nicole and I have been best friends since high school, and we've kind of seen our life go in this really cool trajectory of, watching each other get married, watching each other have kids. And I've gotten to watch Nicole. Oh, that's lovely. I've gotten to watch Nicole kind of go through everything before I've had the opportunity to do it. So I've learned some really great tips and tricks. And I think what's really cool is that we're still friends despite that we've taken different paths. I know I worked outside the home for Lucy's whole first year. And
I did for Troy too.
Yeah. So it's definitely it's a challenge and it's a balance, and it's all about finding the right fit for your family, because there is no wrong way to do it. I feel like there's so much judgment on both sides, but
and you know what, the mom guilt, I'm working from home and I still have mom guilt.
Yeah.
Because I have mom guilt when I'm at the computer and the kids want to play and I say, no, I got to take this phone call really quick.
Right.
I try to do it only during certain times, but there is a lot of run over when you're working from home.
Yeah.
You want to answer that email really quick. How important is the email? Sometimes it's really important.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's an issue and you got to take care of something right away. Somebody needs you.
Yeah.
So it's, figuring out, is that okay? Is that wrong? I feel like, I'm still with my kids, but sometimes I'm not like mentally present.
Right.
So,
and I think there's guilt on both sides. Like I know that I had, when I was at an office 5 days a week, I would have people make comments to me, and their comments would say, oh, I could never have somebody else raising my children. And they weren't meaning to be hurtful, but to me, it was kind of, and for those of you that have kids in daycare that have had those comments, it stings.
yeah, that does.
And
That's
it's kind of like, no one's raising my child but me, but it really does take a village. And no matter who is in that village, whether, it's a DVD at home helping you get a few extra minutes, or it's, a grandparent or a neighbor or an electronic toy, even though you're not supposed to have that many electronic toys. I think that for me, a healthy and balanced mom is better for our children than one that there's no TV but I'm frazzled, or there's no daycare but I can't focus. And I think at the end of the day, that's our kids want a healthy and happy mom. And sometimes it just means that you have to do things that, sometimes you think, oh my gosh, I never thought I would, have my kid watch this, or I never thought I would give my kid this to play with, or give them this food to snack on.
Right.
But sometimes you just do. Hey.
So that's why this show is called The Break for Moms, because I truly believe every mom needs a break.
Yes.
And I'm constantly
Me
saying,
too.
oh gosh, I just need a break. I just need a minute. I need to do something, So when I created the show, I created it with all of those feelings in mind, that you do need a break. So I hope for those of you that are watching that you choose to make the show a part of that break. Because for me, when I'm hosting the show, it in a sense is my break time.
Right.
I'm not, my kids are still here, but I'm focusing on something that I want to do, something that I enjoy. It is work related, but I enjoy it. So this is my break every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I hope you'll mark your calendar for every Monday and you'll join me, because you deserve a break too. And this is a great way to meet people online. You can call into the show and we can chat. And I'm going to tell you right now really quick how you can do that. Oh, Lucy. Does she need another tissue?
We're going to step offline real quick and change a diaper, because this is live TV, and that's what happens. So we'll be right back.
It does happen, yeah. And when she's done, I'll be putting a little one down for a nap. Okay,
Teamwork.
so how to call into the show. If you are using the Bidchat app, that is how you can call into the show. Now, it's very important, though, that you create a free account. You create an account by creating a username and a password. You put in your email address, and that's all you have to do. So when you're watching the show, just like now, from the app, you will see a circular icon that has a B, the Bidchat logo. It's red. And when you click on that, it will kind of open up a space at the bottom, and you'll see a rectangular button at the bottom of the screen below this video. And it will say bid to join the show. And when you click on that, it's free, even though it says bid. Right now is a promotional period, so it doesn't cost you anything to call into the show. Simply click on that button. You can choose from 1 to 3 minutes. There's a plus and a minus on the other side. So choose how many minutes you want to call in for, and let me tell you, it goes by really fast because it's fun. And then I will get a notification, and you will get a notification that congratulations, you've won the bid. And within about 1 minute or so, there's a little bit of a delay with live streaming, you will pop up, and I will be here, and you will be, there, and we'll see each other kind of like a Skype or FaceTime call. And all of the live viewers will see you and I talking as well. So that's the cool part. It's two-way live streaming, which is really, really awesome. And that's what makes this platform, Bidchat, different from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the other live streaming platforms. I don't know if you can live stream on Snapchat. I'm trying to think of the others. Maybe Vimeo. I don't know if there's live streaming on Vimeo, but there's so many now. This one, Periscope, too. This is the only one that I know of where you can do two-way live streaming. I know that there are some third-party software programs that do allow people to figure out how to do that, but not a lot of people do that. So Bidchat is the place to be if you want to chat with other people live. So cool. So anyhow, we're going to continue this discussion today, but we want to kind of move on to a lighter topic. Actually, let's chat for a second about what we did over the weekend. So it was snowing.
It was snowing.
And I actually took all of my kids sledding.
That's amazing.
There wasn't a lot, but
that's a workout.
My husband went with me. I would not go by myself with 3 kids sledding. Not 3 little kids anyways. So we went to the old place where I used to go sledding as a kid. And I was so worried on the way there because it was starting to melt. It was getting warm and it was starting to rain a little bit. So I was so afraid that I had pumped up the kids saying, we're going to go sledding, because it was actually our first time. We haven't gotten that much snow this year in Michigan, which is really rare.
And exciting for us.
So the whole time in the car, I'm like looking out the window to look how much snow, if there's enough on the ground. And fortunately, there was enough. And it actually worked out perfect because it had melted a little bit. So it was slightly icy.
Oh, nice.
and patched down from other people sledding before we got there. So it was perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I need to post some pictures on social media. If you are on social media and you want to check out the Break for Moms, I am also posting through the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just simply search for the Break for Moms. And you can check out some fun behind the scenes things and some pictures about my life, everyday life with my kids, and any other information and promotional stuff about the show.
That's awesome. Well, my weekend was one of those weekends where I tried to see every member of family humanly possible. And I think I did. I saw my sister perform in a show. I saw my dad in a playoff hockey game. I saw my nieces and nephews. I took them to a children's theater show at a little theater downtown. And I saw my grandpa, and I saw my husband's grandpa. So it was one of those weekends where it was the most exhausting weekend ever, because we were constantly trying to go here and there and cart this little one around. And for those of you that have ever had that kind of weekend, and it's usually for holidays, I know for a lot of us that have a lot of people to visit, where you need a break from the weekend because you're constantly just running and going. Give a thumbs up if you've ever been in that kind of situation, because I know for me, it feels really great to see all those people and those members of family, but it's also it's exhausting. And I know that Easter is coming up, and I'm a little bit nervous of how we're going to balance visiting all of the people we need to see and get a nap in. Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, and I know that Nicole, you are experienced in balancing holidays, and I think you guys do it pretty smart. You break it up, so it's like a separate week that you celebrate.
We do. My parents have tried to do that. My sister is older than me, so she's been married for a while now. So my parents have kind of gotten accustomed to the fact that if they want to see everybody, they have to sometimes plan a different weekend because we both have, you know, another side of the family that we have to see as well. So, yeah, we try to do, you know, 2 separate weekends if we can.
Yeah, and that's honestly,
and that works
that's
much better.
the way to go.
And
I
then
feel like I need
more
to get to that
relaxed
point.
because I'm tired and it's just hard with all the different schedules.
Right.
Especially, you know, when you got more than one kid, then it's like, you know, somebody's sick or somebody's tired. It just gets to be a lot.
Here, we have to play with these.
Okay.
There you go. All right. I love that it's never the expensive toys. It's always things like a box or a water bottle or something that's free that they love to play with more than anything else. So, yeah, our weekend was good. It was just action-packed and really, really stressful.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people don't realize it, so it's really important to speak up. Yeah. Because if you don't speak up, then they're going to assume that you're okay.
Right.
And no one is going to know but you because you're the one in that situation. You know, we think maybe that parents and other people who have already raised kids would know, but they don't remember.
They don't remember.
They don't remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah. And my mom, fortunately, she did, she recently passed away, but she did remember. So she would always, you know, make sure to tell me, don't worry if you can't come over. Don't worry if you're only here for a few minutes, because she really knew that it was stressful to go from house to house to house. And she remembered what it was like carting around 3 little girls and, so I only have one, and it's already stressful. But I think that you kind of just with kids, the more that you add, it just they kind of start helping take care of each other. Is what I've been told. I know Giada's been helping watch Lucy, which has been pretty funny to watch and really cute to see.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get everybody. Let's see if we can squeeze.
There we go. Lucy, you need to stand up.
Can you stand up? There we go. One big happy family.
That's right.
Kids. And my kindergartner is at school right now. Otherwise, it would really be a full couch.
You might have to sneak in the back.
Yeah.
So, National Ravioli Day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. So, I am Italian, and
she's a much better cook than me.
Well, my grandma, or Nona, some people call them, but my grandma, she would, for my 8th birthday, she bought me a pasta press, and we made ravioli, and it was the coolest thing. And I was 8, and it was a really fun activity to do with, you know, grandparents or parents. So you never have kids that are too young to get involved in like meal prep or cooking. And because I helped make those raviolis that were chock full of vegetables, I love to eat them because I got to help make them. Yeah. So, I love ravioli. I love that it's National Ravioli Day. I am gluten-free now, but I still make ravioli just with gluten-free flour.
And you know what? Raviolis are a great way to sneak in vegetables for kids that maybe struggle with vegetables. I always put spinach in a lot of things that I make. And when my mom makes her homemade raviolis, she always puts spinach in them. Yeah. We can't taste it with all the cheese.
That's right. It tastes great. So we didn't get a nap today. This is the result of no nap. She's not normally like this. She normally gets a nice nap. She doesn't have one. She doesn't know what to do.
Does she want to play with her in that little pen again with the music?
You want to play in there?
Oh, you want to play? Oh, maybe? No?
So she's being a good sport considering she didn't have a nap today. But yeah, that's actually my ravioli recipe is probably an entire package of spinach goes in there. And because there's, you know, cottage cheese in there, or Parmesan cheese, a little bit of breadcrumbs, you can't taste it at all, and it's delicious.
That would be a good recipe for today if you do meatless Mondays.
Yes.
I tried today. I don't know if you noticed when you came in my house, I had an eggplant on my fruit stand. Eggplant Parmesan is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's great. You're ambitious. I have never gone as far to make actual eggplant.
Oh, Parmesan. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. Yeah, no, I like making it because it's so easy. And eggplant is so easy to prepare. You know, all you have to do is just
salt it, I think I've read.
What am I thinking? Peel the skin off.
Yeah.
And then slice it. And then I dip it in a little bit of flour. And then the egg, and then the bread comes with the Parmesan cheese.
That's awesome.
And then you drizzle a little oil on it. And you can either saute it in the pan for a little bit and then bake it. Or I found a recipe where it said to like bake it for a little bit, flip it, and then put the oil and then bake it again somehow. Okay. I feel like sometimes when I saute it with the oil, it gets too moist. Yeah. It gets a little soggy. So I kind of like to avoid that and just do like a double bake. Take it out, flip it, and then bake it again.
Looks like another one's ready for a nap. It's real life. Yeah, that sounds actually really good. The only time I've had eggplant parmesan was when I was pregnant. She was 11 days late, and I was doing every cliche thing to get you to go into labor naturally. And I ate eggplant parmesan, spiced food, all of these different things that people swore worked. None of them worked, but she ended up coming. She arrived 2 hours after her scheduled induction. So it worked out, but yeah, that's the only time I've ever eaten eggplant parmesan, and it was really good, but I was just trying to go into labor. So I don't think I appreciated it as much as I should have.
So there's some ideas for Meatless Monday. And, I do have a question for you. I know we talked about, there's so many different national holidays on any given day. When you go to nationalcalendarday.com, any day, whatever day it is, you just click on that day and it'll tell you, and there's usually a whole list, not just one holiday. So today we talked about Ravioli Day. Today was also
National Spring Day.
National Spring Day.
Proposal Day.
Yeah, so proposal. So here's my question, going back to when you and Steve were dating.
Yes.
How soon did you talk about the idea of having kids?
So, great question. We did not plan this amazing surprise right here. And we actually practice national family planning. So for any of you that do NFP, I applaud you because it's a lot of work to track and everything. And clearly I wasn't good at it. But we planned on having kids. The plan was to wait until we were married for at least a year. And then when we had our first wedding anniversary, I was 19 weeks pregnant. So that didn't happen. It didn't work out, but I'm a firm believer that, everything happens for a reason, and I'm so glad that it did. But we really wanted to be married longer before having kids, and that just wasn't in the cards. We were meant to have kids, before we were married for a long time. And we got married a little bit later, too. I think I was 32. I was 32 when we got married, and so that's not later, but I know that you got married a little bit younger than I did.
A little bit younger, yeah.
My mom was 19 when she got married.
Not that young.
So I also wanted to have, I want to have a lot of kids.
It's okay.
So yeah, I think it worked out the way that it did, but it was a little stressful. And not what we had planned, but I think it's, the best things happen when you're not really planning for it.
In hindsight, what would you tell the people that are newlyweds that are wondering if they should wait?
I think that it was challenging and stressful because we didn't live together before we got married. And we were learning how to live together with pregnant mood swings. And not every woman has them. I did. And they were, I
don't know if you can prepare enough for those.
That is the best, the best in sickness and in health kind of thing you'll go through. Is, pregnancy and seeing each other, at your best and your worst. But I would say just take a deep breath and just trust. Take the leap and trust. You're going to be okay. And it's stressful, I won't lie, but it's the greatest blessing too. Our first wedding anniversary, I was dealing with, morning sickness, and but it was great because it was just a reminder of this is life. This is what happens, and we love each other, and now we're, expecting a baby, and we were moving, and I was changing careers, and it was not the least stressful time, but it was a really great time.
Right. And you handled it quite well, I must say, because you had a lot going on at once. Woo.
It was definitely a lot going on at once. Yeah. But it was great. And for those of you that are trying to, I know that we're already thinking about when do we have our second one. And
I was gonna say, me being a little bit ahead of you, what are your questions for me, moving forward to the next phase?
I think, how do you know when to have the next one? That, do you want 2 in diapers so that they're close in age, or do you want more of a space?
For me, I always wanted to have kids close in age because I saw friends that had that growing up, and my sister's 12 years older than me. So that's like complete opposite extreme. So I wanted to have them as close together as I possibly could. So that's what I did. I would have actually wanted them even closer in age if I could, and I just wasn't able to get them closer for a variety of reasons. But I mean, that was on my mind from day one, was that after I had the first, as soon as I could possibly have the next one, I wanted to, so that they would be close.
And my sister and I'm close with both of my sisters, and my younger sister and I are 15 months apart. I don't know how my mom did that.
Yeah, that's close.
And my older sister and I, there's a couple year gap, and I'm close with both of them. But that's something that we're talking about now is when do we think about that, and do we think about it, because then there's pressure.
Right.
So we're exploring that right now. You needed a nap. I know. I'm sorry. That's a mom fail. Not getting her to get
Well, it's hard when you want to get out and do things. That's what's tough with kids is, if you stick to that nap all the time, then you never go anywhere.
Right. And that's we found that sweet spot of the nap time when she's home with me on Mondays and Fridays, and then she's at daycare the rest of the week. And I was hoping she'd nap on the ride here, and that just didn't happen. She's a little sleepy. I know. So she's a little sleepy.
And my two are running around the house with her toys. What's going on over there? I think I'm going to give Karina a few more minutes before I put her down for a nap, because she's running around like a crazy baby.
She is. She looks excited. And they're actually entertaining this one.
Yeah.
So she's kind of watching them run around. Yes.
Where are you going?
She's watching them run
don't
around.
Go put that back in the gate, please. No. Okay. Just want to make sure no one's
This is
over the
their
cords
first
of the
official
lights.
play date, Lucy and the girls. So it's kind of cute. Lucy's just entered that phase where she's encountered stranger danger. She's never had it before, and she's a year and she's almost 14 months. Never had stranger anxiety, never had separation anxiety, and yesterday she clung to me when we, were at a family gathering, and I mean, she's used to being around strangers, and total strangers hold her, and I credit, a lot of that to daycare, because she's used to just, other people taking care of her during the day, but she's definitely encountered a new challenge, which is being afraid of strangers that she doesn't know. So that's new for me. I know most moms deal with it early on, and I'm experiencing it now. So
yeah, some experience it at 9 months, and then some experience it closer to that 18-month range.
And that's
so
I think she's a little bit, So she's a trooper though. So yeah, we're trying to decide: do we wait? Do we have them close together? Do we wait until my business is more established? Because for those of you that have a child in daycare, it's expensive,
right?
And you've got to make sure that you can handle 2 kids in daycare if you're doing that, if you're going that route,
Right.
And if not, do you want to go down to one income? And so that's something that we're trying to have those conversations, and they're not always fun to have. And
oh goodness.
Hi. You need it.
There's her tissue. Yeah, after I had Troy, I worked, and then once I had Giada, it was just too much. It was time to stay home.
Right.
But if you can make it work, it's great. Everybody's situation is different, and who they have watching their kids, and whether or not you can make it work and afford to make it work.
Yeah. She's very tired.
Yeah.
So she only gets a binky when we're in the car or when she's sleeping, but I am tempted to go get it because that'll make you a little happier. That's actually a question I have for you experienced moms out there. Coping devices. So I recently had a friend that told me that they don't let their child sleep with any blankets, any stuffed animals, any baby, anything.
How old is the baby? It depends on the age.
And that's what I'm wondering. When do you start to wean the kids off of the binky if they have one? When do you start to do that? That's kind of
so you're saying they don't put it in with them because they're afraid that they'll never wean it?
Yes. It's such a controversial topic of the binky or the thumb or nothing.
Right.
It's amazing that everyone's just so different.
I think your child, and you'll see them walking around the house, and they're going to be attached to something. That's just natural for babies to get attached to something. It might be their fingers. If you supply a pacifier, it could be the pacifier. Some of my kids, 2 of mine never took a pacifier. One of mine is an avid finger sucker. I didn't make her do that. She just did that.
Yeah.
And over time they had a stuffed animal that was a toy that they clung to, and it just made sense that when it was time to go to bed and they cried, that it went with them.
Right.
I didn't.
And is it
push
bad to do? I mean,
I don't know why it would be bad.
I think the person that didn't want them to have it, they didn't want them to have a psychological coping. But I know that for me, if I'm scared at night, I want something there. And so it's such an interesting topic. Do you want something?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any college students that still have a binky, so
well, and you know what? It's so funny. I was trying to decide, do we do a binky or a thumbs up? Because I didn't want to do either. And when she was first born, I know this is not like her at all. Okay. She's very tired. I know that when I first had her, I was so nervous about having a child dependent on the binky or dependent on the thumb, and I thought, I'm not going to give her anything. We'll see what happens. And then she started clinging to the thumb. And I had asked a Facebook group, you know, what's better? And someone replied that they were 32 and still sucked their thumb, and it was totally normal. And I thought...
They were 32 and still sucked their thumb?
Which, no judgment if you are 32 and still suck your thumb. But I thought I don't want to have my child.
I am judging. That's bizarre. And it's not good for your teeth.
All right. We're going to get to the binky, okay?
And they were 32?
32. And you know, like I said, no judgment. But I thought I need to get a binky because I can take the binky away. And there's pros and cons to both. But I thought, we're going to try that. So we never use it except when she's sleeping in the car. But we're going to go grab her right now.
Okay.
Let me get a couple of
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Yes, I will say when I was little, I did suck my thumb for quite a while. Not 32, but until I was about 7. And my mom tried everything. She put pepper and the Band-Aid on my finger, you name it, she did it. But eventually, I just stopped. You know, I just got older and stuff. So I don't think people need to worry too much. Those cases where, you know, the kid can't wean, I mean, that's very, very rare. Most kids eventually, they just grow up and they grow out of that. So whether it's fingers or, you know, a binky. And my little one is laying down on the floor because she is tired. Karina, what are you doing? I gotta go grab her. Hang on, don't go anywhere. Come here. No. Come here. Oh, I'm coming. Okay, so Karina sucks her fingers, but she also has this bunny. And actually, my daughters fight over this bunny. They love this bunny, don't you? You love this bunny. They love this bunny. And you know what? If she wants the bunny at night, she wants the bunny at night. And actually, it really helps her because the minute I give her the bunny, she goes right to sleep. She never, ever cries. This girl sleeps so good with this bunny.
Oh.
So God bless the bunny, in my opinion.
Well, and it's all about just not judging other moms, because I know before I became a mom, I was that person that was like, when I'm a mom, I will never do this. When I'm a mom, I will never do this. And guess what? Half those things, I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. I will never give my child a binky. And
you got to do what works for you. I mean, if that works for you and it's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if it becomes a problem, then you suck.
Well, and I think that it's like there's so many mom haters out there and mom bashing that, like, I wish that there was just more people saying we're all one tribe, we're all one. Very few moms wake up and say, I want to suck at being a mom.
Right, nobody, right.
We just don't do it. We do the best that we can with what we know and what we have. And, you know, if there's people that say, well, you should never give your kids this and I would never do this. Well, that's great. That works for you. But what works for me and my kids might be different. And there just needs to be more accepting, you know, acceptance among the mom community. And give us a thumbs up if you have ever been, you know, mom shamed for doing something and forgetting to have a hat on them. I know that was me a couple weeks ago. Luckily, daycare said to me, she needs to be wearing a hat. And I thought, oh, crap. Yes, she does. She needs to be wearing a hat.
Oh, no, then I'm in trouble because with 3 kids in the car, boots, coats, hats, somebody's always missing something. I've had to carry my 3-year-old into a store before because I forgot to put shoes on her. So
there we go. We got a happy one. I'm also still nursing. I am one of those people that I used to judge that said, oh, they're nursing a really long time. But I am still that mom. And
yeah.
I think that's her other issue right now is she's thinking, yeah. So, it's just all about finding openness. It's about finding what works best for you and your family and your baby. And, you know, there's moms have so much more in common than they do, you know, differences, and people seem to celebrate those.
Yes.
The fact that we're all struggling to do the best for our child, and but there's no manual, you know, there's no
right. There isn't.
The rubber part.
And I think the more kids you have too, the more flexible you get.
Yeah.
You know, the first one, you know, you're so picky about things, and then you know, you start realizing like, okay, second, third one, like, okay, I just want to survive.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, so I get it when other people make the decisions they do, like, okay, you just need to survive. Just do whatever you need to do.
That's
just
right.
seriously.
And it is all about just surviving as a mom.
Yeah.
And also, you know, still being you at the end of the day. I know that Nicole and I kind of talked about this, that when you first become a mom, you feel at times a little lost in, you know, who am I as a mom? Where's the person I was before I became a mom? Do I recognize that person? How do I get to that?
Right.
And for me, that the way that I maintained that balance was being a working mom, because it allowed me to, you know, still have this amazing joy in my life with my daughter, but still getting to do what I was really passionate about at work, and, you know, finding the right balance. And now I'm, you know, working part-time, and that was the right balance for me. But it's all about just finding out what works best for you and your family.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
No
so we're
judgment-free zone.
so we're about midway through the program. So I want to tell you again, for those that are just joining, how you can interact with us on the program. There's two different ways. If you are using the Bidchat website as your platform for watching us right now, if you have a free account, all you have to do is create a username and a password. So if you have that account already, you can simply click on that thumbs up icon that's at the top below this video of us, and you can give us a thumbs up. And not only does that give us instant positive feedback, we see it immediately when you do it, but it also helps the show to rank higher in the search results within Bidchat, so that more moms just like you can find our program. And in fact, this show is not just for moms, but also even dads or other caregivers of children can benefit from it as well. Because a lot of the time, I'm just talking about parenting techniques, ideas for kids, and I have special guests come on the show from time to time that are sharing in some of those topics as well and giving advice. So it's pretty pertinent to a lot of different people that care for children. With that in mind, you can also actually call into the show and talk to both of us live today. If you are watching from the Bidchat app and you have created that free account, all you have to do is click on the circular icon with a B in it. It's red and it's just below this video. If you click on that, it'll open up a space at the bottom, and at the very, very bottom below this video, you will see a rectangular button where you can click. It says bid to join the show. It's free. It's a promotional period right now. All you have to do is click on that button and it will say, congratulations, you've won the bid. You can choose 1 to 3 minutes. There's a plus and a minus on both sides, and I recommend 3 because it goes by fast. And then you'll be connected, and there will be about a 1 minute delay. And then all of a sudden, you'll pop up on the screen. We will see you. We will be able to chat like a Skype or FaceTime call. And the rest of our viewers will see us talking live as well. So it's 2-way live streaming, which is pretty darn cool.
It is. And don't be intimidated, because I called in a bathrobe, no makeup, my hair wasn't done. When you're calling in, your video is much smaller. So don't feel like people are going to be staring at you and judging you. They're not. But they love, you know, people love to hear from other moms besides just us. And if you are a mom that, you know, something that we've said today has kind of resonated with you, and you think, gosh, that I've been there, or I'd love to contribute to that, it would be fantastic to have
we
people
would love to meet you. The goal of the show is to not only share on motherhood topics, but to also interact with you. That's a big piece, and that was really important for me when I became a new mom, because I didn't have a lot of other friends that were moms. I was kind of ahead of a lot of people in terms of my season of life. And I found a moms group in my area, and it really made a big difference. And I realized that I wasn't alone, and I did have help out there, and I didn't have to figure everything out for myself. So I want to encourage all of you to seek out help and seek out friendship with other moms, because you don't have to do it alone.
It's true. And that's, I think, the biggest thing about being a mom, whether you're new
or lay her down
or a veteran, is that you don't have that sense of support in that community. I know it's tough. And I think that for me, when I became a new mom and I was a working mom, it was a different level of stress. And thumbs up if you've been, you know, that mom that's working outside the home with little ones at home, because I know it's challenging. During my lunch breaks, I didn't get to go and hang out with my coworkers. I had to go and pump in a closet because I was nursing. And so it was hard, because I felt like when I was at work, I wasn't able to give them 100%. And then when I was at home, I was exhausted from working. And so it's challenging, and I get it, and I've been there. And the one thing that really helped was finding moms that felt the same way that I did. Finding moms that knew what it was like to feel like you were failing everywhere but trying as hard as you possibly could. So for me, it was all about finding that community. And I know that I haven't found that group. Nicole talks about the group for moms that she has, which is fantastic. I haven't found one of those groups yet. And so I'm constantly looking for ways to meet other moms and get connected. And I'm so blessed that I have a friend like Nicole, or one of my other good friends, Jade, has 3 kids. One's in high school, so she's way ahead of me. But you need to have those people that will just look at you and tell you you're doing a great job. Because I know for me, I, on a daily basis, am wondering, am I failing as a mom? Am I failing as a wife? Because you don't have someone to say you're doing a great job, and you need that. We all need that sense of support. So it's about finding those people and surrounding yourself with those people that make you feel like you're doing a good job, because you beat yourself up enough, and you don't need to be surrounded by people that do it for you. And I know that there's a lot of people, and I'm seeing some thumbs up, so I know some of you agree, that there's a lot of the time we surround ourselves with people that don't build us up, they break us down. And, they judge how we're parenting, and they make passive aggressive comments of, oh, I wouldn't give my kid that, or I wouldn't do this. And you feel that, oh, yes, she might like a drink. Thank you. But you don't have that. You're beating yourself up enough. You don't need other people to do it for you. Oh, she's doing good. Look at her. She's doing so good. You're such a good babysitter. Thank you. You need people that tell you and remind you you're doing great, because you are. Like I said earlier, I don't know a single mom that wakes up and says, I really want to suck at being a mom. We just don't. We want to do a great job. We want to make, yes, mama. We want to make, our kids become the best people that they can be. And there's a lot of pressure in today's society to make sure that you're feeding them the right stuff and not using this kind of plastic. And but at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer, if you are truly doing the best that you can do, then you just have to kind of celebrate that and give yourself a break, and tell that inner voice of yours that's saying you're not good at this, or you're failing at this, or you're doing a terrible job. Tell that inner voice, you know what, I got this, I'm doing great, because you are. And like I said, every one of us has different struggles and different challenges, and it's all about finding how you can celebrate the wins that you have. Because I know for me, at the end of the day, when I lay down, I'm not thinking about all of the wins that I had that day. I'm thinking about the few misses, and I'm hung up on the fact that, oh, I didn't do this for my child, or, oh, at work, I didn't do this well. Instead of celebrating all of the good things I did that day, I'm focused on the things that I didn't do well. So celebrate those good things.
Yeah, that's interesting. And unfortunately, those feelings are always going to kind of be there sometimes. And when you add kids to the mix, then it's, did I spend enough time with that child A versus child B or child C? I feel like I have a lot of guilt because I spent a ton of time with my first, because he was my first. I mean, I think of all the times I just sat and read him a book by himself, hours and hours. And, with my other 2, we read, but it's together. There isn't as much one-on-one time.
Right.
And for my littlest one, I'm just kind of like, okay, let's just get her to bed so I can deal with the other 2. So that time at night, sacred time to just read with her, there isn't a lot of that sacred time because I'm dealing with 2 other kids that are running around.
And we'd love to hear from some of you that have multiple kids, and maybe your kids are a little bit older, but how did you balance that? I know I have a friend, Jade, that she will take her kids on different dates.
Yeah.
So they'll, her and her husband will take, child A out, just that child. Yes. And they take them to the movie of their choice, and they get complete undivided attention. And I think that's great, because that child feels really special. Right. And, the kids at home, they're with, grandma, grandpa, or someone else, so they're excited because they get a fun night. But I think that's a win-win, because you want to make each child feel special. And I'm sure it probably is hard. And that's something that I know I've seen a lot of moms that are expecting, their second, and they're feeling this sense of sadness that their time with just being, the 2 or the 3 with you and your significant other is coming to an end. But I think for me, my siblings, that's where my childhood, the joys of my childhood, all those memories come from spending time with my sisters, and even now they're my best friends. So
So, there's give and take. You are going to give up some things, but at the same time, you got to look at it from the positive, like you said. So I try to tell myself, like, okay, yeah, sometimes, my oldest complains that he doesn't want to share his time. But at the same token, when I see him playing, I think, like, gosh, that's the greatest gift of all, that I gave him 2 best friends for life.
And it absolutely is. I got really fortunate that my parents had, kids very close in age, which is why I feel that pressured now to do the same thing, because both of my sisters are my right and left arm. I'm the middle child, and I can't imagine doing life without either one of them. And it's such a gift. But at the same time, I know a lot of people that have just the one child, and now they're feeling that sense of, am I doing a disservice because I only have one, or because we only have 2? And again, don't judge yourself. Don't, let that negative
And I can see the appeal
to
just have one. I think, gosh, if I just had one, all the fun things I could do that I don't. And sometimes I feel envious of people that just have the one, because I feel like, gosh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this,
Yeah.
I'm not doing crafts and, homemade crafts and, things that take too much time when you've got a baby running in the background. There's so many things my 5-year-old wants to do. Games. I would play games with them all day. But then what do I do with my other little ones running around that are grabbing all the pieces? Eventually the game has to stop. But if I didn't have them, we could play a second game. But it's like, okay, one game, we're done. All right, I gotta check on my 3-year-old because I'm hearing noises.
I was gonna say, I heard silence, and I know that for me, with this one, when I hear silence, it is trouble. She is just not getting to that age where she's starting to walk around. I still have her, kind of pinned in a little area. It's a whole room. I've got games set up everywhere. And when I hear dead silence, it's every time I look, I'm like horrified to what I find. She's getting to that age where she is taking toys and not using them for their designed purpose. So like she's throwing baskets and like trying to break stuff. So that's been fun. And I'm going through that phase of, trying to take out the toys that she's not using for their intended purpose, because I'm guessing she's grown out of that. Here, do you want to play with your sock? There you go. See, a sock, not its intended purpose, but it works in the situation. So I think that whenever I hear silence, I was just saying, when I hear silence, I get a little nervous. Ooh,
yeah, she was into the strawberries, which had not been washed yet. My kids don't understand that fruit has to be washed. I keep telling them, no, it grows in trees, or bushes. It needs to be washed. It's outside. Can she eat?
I'm gonna break one in the little pieces.
Yep. I used to cut them in half for my little ones.
Can you try it?
We are Eastern time, so we just finished lunch.
So yeah, it's all about the balance, and I think that's what we've mainly been talking about today is the balance of whether you're working mom, work at home mom, that you're doing the best that you can, and we celebrate that. We applaud you for that, because no matter what your journey, I'm yet to meet a mom that just says everything is perfect and I have everything figured out. No. For those that are, call us.
No, your phone will not be
because I don't know if we have. Thank you for those thumbs up. Yeah, because it's hard to. Do you want some more grapes?
She went to Binky, maybe. So all right, let's lighten the mood a minute.
Yes.
I think I told this funny story last week, but I want to tell it again because it's really funny. So speaking of balancing things when you've got multiple kids, it's not uncommon for me to put all 3 of my kids in the bathtub at the same time. Okay, and they like it. It's fun. Occasionally, I'll do special bath time with one of them at a time, and that's like a treat. That's a reward when they get to tell the other kids, like, I get to have a bath. And of course, I tell them not to rub it in, but kids, sibling rivalry. So you can have some too. Oops. Hold on. So anyhow, they all were in my big bathtub in the master bathroom. We have the big tub, and my littlest one pooped in the tub.
Oh,
well, all 3 of them were in the tub. So my 5-year-old, who's still, he doesn't ask any questions yet, so I feel like it's still okay to have him in the tub with the other ones. I don't know. Some people feel like that's weird, but he's not looking. He is clueless. he does not ask about body parts or anything. So I figure once he starts asking questions, then it won't be okay anymore.
Yeah.
So anyhow, he's like, Mom, Karina just pooped in the tub. So I'm saying, okay, everybody out of the tub, and screaming immediately. I'm laughing though because it was kind of funny, and Karina was clueless. She's just like standing, in the position like she had just finished going. And I mean, this little bit of poop like spread because it was wet, and so it spread. I'm like fishing it out with my hands. I'm telling the kids to get out, and then they're just saying, "Oh, Mom, just clean it out," and we want to get back in. And I'm like, "No, I gotta wash the tub. This is gross." It was chaos, but you know what? I was laughing because I thought, okay, I can either get frustrated by this or I can just laugh it off, and someday we can laugh and talk together and say, "Do you remember when Karina pooped in the tub? It was really funny."
I think that is a great story. I have not had, when I was a lifeguard, anytime a child would poop in the pool, we would call that code an AFR, which stood for accidental fecal release. And I have not had an AFR yet with this one. I've definitely heard stories about that, and it's pretty funny. So, yeah, if you have any of those stories, we'd love to hear them, because those stories are what make motherhood just kind of fun.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have to laugh at it.
Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. You got to keep them going. We got to get, come on, let's try to get, how many thumbs up do you think we can get by 2 o'clock? Let's try to get 150.
Yes, 150.
So keep them coming. You can give up to 5 per day. So if you just gave us 1, give us a few more. I want to tell you about my logo for the show. Okay. I also have a website and a blog, which I'm a little bit behind on for a variety of reasons. There are 3 good reasons that I can think of right now. My 3 kids, Troy, Giada, and Karina. Anyhow, I have these awesome shirts. When I first started the show, I bought a bunch of them because I wanted to give some away. However, I haven't had a ton of interaction yet. So I am offering that once I get 100 subscribers to my blog and website for the show that accompanies this network, I will be personally sending someone a t-shirt in the size that you need. So here's what you can do. Go to www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4 and simply click subscribe. There's a subscription box that will pop up it's a bar that will pop up right at the top of the website as soon as you go there. Put in your email address. I promise I won't spam you. In fact, the last couple of weeks I haven't even created a blog post at all. So you're not going to get more than 1 a week, if that, because I'm a mom with 3 kids and I'm busy. So you will get the archive videos from each week's show sent to your inbox. So if you miss it, if you're working, at 1 o'clock Eastern time and you can't watch it live, you can get that archive video so you can still catch up with what's going on on the show. So do that. It's fun. Share it with your friends. Get them to subscribe. And, anyone that that's a caregiver of children, this is a great show and a great way to meet other people. So I encourage you to share. And I will also share this archive video across social media at The Break for Moms on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So you can check out the show there and be a follower there so you can get these archive videos and share them on your social media as well. That will help the show to grow so that I can help more people just like you to get connected and get plugged in with a support group, because this is like a support group.
It really is.
It's a virtual support group.
And there is a difference from liking the show and signing up for what Nicole said. So I know that for the longest time, I thought I was signed up and I wasn't, because I hearted the show. So I assumed that was, the step to do it, and it's not. So just make sure that you go to that website that she was talking about with the number 4 to sign up, because you're going to want to see, this is not only
There's a lot of videos now.
She's hilarious.
There's a lot of videos.
And if anybody can make motherhood and all of its challenges fun and funny, it's this girl right here. So you're going to want to follow along and keep giving us those thumbs ups, because I know that this is my first time being on here. I'm usually on the other end watching in my bathrobe.
It's fun. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Isn't it fun?
And it's really cool to see it. But yeah, we want to hear from people. So I know when I'm watching, I always hear Nicole saying, call in. And I think, do I really want to call in?
Yes, we do.
We
because
really do.
Otherwise, it's just us talking at you or me talking at you. And I don't want to just talk at you. I want you to talk with me. This is supposed to be Mom Chat. The show, this network is called Bidchat because we want you to chat with us. And it's free. So don't worry about the fact that it says Bid, B-I-D. There is no money involved. All you have to do is create a free account, and you need to use the Bidchat app. So do me a favor. After this show, if you are not currently using the Bidchat app. Make sure you download that. You can download that from the Google Play or the App Store for Apple devices, okay? So whether you're Android or Apple devices, you can use that. You can use it on your iPad, your iPhone, any type of Android device, whether it be a tablet or a phone that's Android. It works for everything. So just download that app, the Bidchat app, Bidchat. It's free to do, and it's free to create an account. All you have to do is create a username, password, and put your email in. And you probably want your username to be your name, because when you call into the show, it will say that underneath your picture when we're talking. So keep that in mind as well.
So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other funny stories that I recently had happen this week, because I know that I've definitely had my fair share of fun first-time mom stories. Hi. One of them is when I tried to host a show with my best friend and I didn't give my child a nap. And it resulted in this.
Also, it's probably not so funny for you.
So I have a child that never cries. Lucy never cries. I've never heard her like this.
Let's give her some thumbs up for support right now. Come on, guys and gals. Okay. I would love to hear from a dad too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to have a dad call into the show?
Really would.
I actually have had a couple dads that work for Bidchat call in.
That's awesome. We'd love
yeah.
to
So
sweet.
yeah, one of the founders of Bidchat actually had twins right around the time that this launched. Twins.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Zach, if you happen to be watching, we would love to have you call in sometime. If not today, another time.
We're looking for that elusive binky that I shouldn't.
But yeah, a lot of the people that work for Bidchat are moms and dads. So we encourage you to call in. Do you want more?
She's never had grapes, and apparently they're a hit. So
there are a lot of great broadcasters on Bidchat, and some of them may be watching. So if you are a broadcaster watching and you want to call in before the end of the show today, I encourage you to call in, because you can call in and promote your show. I'm happy to help you do that, because I want to support other broadcasters too. And that's the neat thing about Bidchat, is I've made a lot of friends that are other broadcasters.
Yeah.
And other moms too, a lot of other moms. So if you're one of those moms or dads, or you're just a broadcaster, sorry, when I move, it gets fuzzy. Any broadcaster, anybody watching right now, no matter who you are, even if you're not a mom or a dad, call in, chat with us. It's fun. We want to meet you. You can say hi to Lucy and maybe get her to smile.
Get her to smile. So my child, here's my funny story. My child has a default face that is a mean mug. We call her Grumpy Cat because she just frequently has this expression of just a furrowed brow, and total strangers will come up to me and say things like, "Oh, you got a grumpy baby. Ooh, your baby looks mean." And all I can do is laugh, because she just always has that face. She's just a studier. She's very inquisitive. So she always just has that face of...
Play with a dirty sock.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. She always has that default face. If any of you have children that have that default face, that's not the cute, happy, smiley baby. My child's default face is just a furrowed brow and serious.
That's a good funny story.
All the time. So there's people at daycare in the elevator.
You should just say that she has a rare frowning condition.
And see what they say. I have people that they make one comment and then they keep making comments saying like, "Ooh, she's really grumpy."
She has this condition that we just got diagnosed. It's called frownicitis. Have you heard of it? And say it with a straight face and just make them very uncomfortable, and then just say, "Gotcha." Guess you won't do that again to another mom.
Well, now I just say she just doesn't like certain people, and I give them
that's a good one too.
I only do that when they keep persisting that I have an angry baby.
Yeah.
She's not angry. She is right now. But she is not normally like this. Like I said, she didn't get a nap. She normally gets a decent nap. And she's also thirsty. So as a nursing mom, she probably hates that I'm just sitting here not giving her what she wants.
Yeah.
But that's okay. The show's almost over.
So we've got a couple minutes left. Actually, one, but I'm going to go over for just a second. So I'm trying to have a regular segment on the show called Get Organized with Nicole.
Yes.
So we need to end with that. So we're going to talk about organization for just a minute, and then we're going to close out this program. So if you're just catching us on the tail end of the program, after the show, I encourage you to watch from the beginning. All of the videos are archived right here on Bidchat. Otherwise, subscribe to my blog and you'll get all the latest videos delivered to your inbox. It's www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. Okay, so make sure you do that so you don't miss any videos and you can see all the ones from the past. Okay, so get organized with Nicole. I'm trying to get organized. That's my New Year's resolution.
Yes.
Okay, tell me, let's talk about organizing your nursery or your baby's room, because you start getting a lot of stuff. You've got diapers in there, you've got clothes. You're cleaning out the clothes. When they outgrow the clothes, where are the clothes going? You got to kind of constantly move things, old toys, new toys. How would you rate your organization of your nursery?
Oh gosh, out of scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 0.5. So it's not great right now, and I think that the main challenge I have is I have a lot of the stuff that she's outgrown that I haven't moved to the basement yet, and so I'm trying to definitely get a better system down, and I've been using the Marie Kondo method of folding so I can see all the outfits and everything, but let's be honest, if the clothes are clean, they just get stuffed in a drawer.
Yeah, sometimes mine do too.
Yeah, so that's one of my goals, is to make her room a little bit nicer. I've got all the books in the closet, so she can't get those. But she's just starting to walk around, so I've really got to organize, because she's starting to get into all these things that, for so long I haven't had any issues with. So I've got to get organized. And I think I saw that your Clever Containers has a really cool hanger for the closet that's like shelving. Kind of like,
there's a lot of different things for closets.
And that's what I think I need, is because the drawers are so deep I lose stuff. But if I had more of a shallow shelf, I think that would really help.
Yeah. So when I'm not live streaming, I'm trying to get organized, right? And I decided to sign up to be a consultant with this awesome company. It's called Clever Container. I'm going to tell you about it really quickly because it's 2:01 our time, and I want to be mindful of the time and end this program. But I want to tell you about Clever Container for a second. The products are all products that are specialized to do with organizing and decluttering. So if you're interested in organizing and you want to get some more tips from me on how you can do that, I didn't have a chance to really share too many tips, but I'd like to continue this discussion within my organizing group on Facebook. Go to Get Organized with Nicole on Facebook. If you have a Facebook account, just go to the top and type in Get Organized with Nicole. My group will show up and you click join, and I will approve your request, and let me know that you're from the Bidchat show, that you saw me through the Break for Moms, so I know how you discovered my group. But quick tip, let me give you one quick tip about nursery before we close the program. So definitely as they get older, you want to have a few things out that your kids can reach, because that's part of the learning and getting their own toys and independent play. If you put everything away, then they don't learn independent play. So you want to leave a few things out. You can definitely put things up high in the closet. Diapers, I have an area with some storage with extra diapers, but the clothes, there's so many clothes. So I constantly have one large storage tub at the bottom of the closet, where as they grow out of clothes, they instantly go in there, and it's shut. Instantly go in there. Oh, put something in. Oh, doesn't fit. It instantly goes in there. And then as soon as it's filled, it goes straight to the basement. But there's always, for all of my kids in the closet, there's always one container that's for all the clothes that don't fit, so that they don't get thrown, they don't get mixed back in. They immediately go in there. If they need washed, then they immediately go into my hamper. And once they're washed, they immediately go into that container.
That's awesome.
Immediately.
I need to do that.
Yeah, and that has helped me a lot. And I label it on the outside with the size, especially if you plan to grow your family. You want to make sure you can go back and remember. So you might have to put boy, girl too, so because
that's great.
It starts to become a lot. And then in my basement, I have a ton of storage racks where you'll see container. Boy, size 3T. Boy, size 4T. Girl, size 2T. And then when it's time for the next kid, go down to the basement and go shopping, grab the tub, bring it up. It's great.
I love it.
Anyhow, thank you so much for all of you for joining us and taking a break from your day to spend it with us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please join me next time, Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time on the Break for Moms. Have a wonderful week. I'm going to close out this broadcast, but check out all the other great programs that are here on Bidchat. And we hope to see you next week. Bye. Give a smile.
Give a smile.